Welcome to Acts of Axonel podcast, your only solution for Maxie staring off into space, being swallowed by their ennui.
Yeah, if you have ennui, if you ever wanted to, did you watch Inside Out 2? Is that why you referenced ennui?
No, I just know that word because of
I
books.
can't believe they came out with a second one of those.
It's a lot.
They used it in some.
Okay, that's not a high bar.
Some book.
Yeah,
But
it's true.
I don't remember which book I read that in. I'm pretty sure it was Blood Meridian, but I don't think so.
Ennui.
oh yeah,
It might have been No Country for Old Men when I read that
sitting on
when
my
I was
Wii.
like,
I'm on Wii
17.
right now. I'm on Wii. Slap me out.
yeah. Like Anton Chigurh, slip me out.
We were talking before the
not how that works.
podcast began about different types of dating apps, and there's one called Scruff. And in order to like someone, you end up. It's called woofing, and I think that's just deranged. I think whoever did that is like.
Well, when you're creating an app and you want to be different and you have to get an investor or something, it's, there's 90 million of those apps because, in the late 2010s, late aughts, everyone's like, it's like Tinder, but was the pitch for all of that stuff. Like you want to create an alternate social media thing for dating, you need a new feature. It's like Tinder, but woof for gay guys.
I'm just saying this.
Buy extra woofs
What are they
now.
called? What are the people that like? It's
Furries?
not animal. No, it's not furries. It's like pet animal play. I don't know what's
Pup
called.
play.
No, it's
Pup
not pup.
play?
Not pup.
It is
not
pup
pup.
play.
No,
That is one of them.
It's a different kind. I don't know what it's called. I'd have to.
There's like 70 different ones of those.
I don't know.
The
There's a specific
specifics,
one in my brain.
the specifics don't matter until they do matter.
They-
That's the
they-
point of any of those fetishes.
Having it being called woofing is like I'm envisioning.
I'm
like-
whooping down that boy.
You see, I think Maxie's got the right of it here.
I envision like a dude wearing like there are two wolves in me shirt. You
Both
know,
of them want dick.
One of them.
one of them was on a dating app for gay exclusively matches. The other one is on Tinder, and
One of them is a defense contractor from Arlington, Virginia, who's really into Harry Potter, but it's also very gay. Don't worry about it.
yeah, I would never.
Don't ask them about what they think about J.K. Rowling. They will give you an essay about how maybe trans people should be less uppity.
I agree.
Experience I've had on dating apps. Trust me, it's not good.
I can't take you nowhere. I can't even. I do think about that sometimes. I'm like, what scenarios have we been in life where I've been talking to Maxie openly in the public, and then somebody's overheard it and been like, "These are the two worst people I've ever heard in my life."
Constant.
Yeah, you
What
think
are you
it's constant?
talking
Constant.
It's
I
not
literally,
that bad.
there was a time, I don't even remember what it was. There's so many that they blend together, right? Where it's like, you'll say something,
It's
and then
funny.
somebody else
It's
will be like,
funny.
you should literally. For recently, since Ryan moved up, my friend, longtime, very good friend Ryan, of all of us, moved up to Virginia. And anytime we go out with Maxie, there's at least one time where I will overhear Ryan say, "Maxie, you shouldn't say that in public."
Yeah.
Well, I will not hear what he's saying.
It's funny.
But Ryan will have said, "Maxie, you shouldn't say that in public," or "Maxie, don't speak on that.
The other.
Don't speak on that." The opposite of what he normally says, which is just like when he's interested in your whatever thing that he thinks is crazy, is just speak on that. He says, "Maxie, you shouldn't speak on that.
Yeah.
You should stop speaking on that right now."
Ryan, I said
I don't know.
he'd be a great addition
I was
to the
rolling last
podcast.
night. With
He said, "I will not be perceived." Ryan is
Yeah.
a cryptid, and I love him
But
deeply.
Ryan would be great for
He's
the
my best
podcast.
friend.
Because he goes like this. Speak on that. After you say some shit that sounds
Yeah.
a little off. And
Yeah.
it makes you think, he thinks I sound crazy right now. But it also
No.
makes you feel good that he wants you to
No,
explain.
no.
Yeah, yeah.
When-
And
when he-
sometimes
when-
it's a
Yeah.
topic that he knows nothing about, and it sounds crazy because it is crazy. And he'd be like,
Yeah.
"Speak on that," and he's
No,
the
no.
great audience for those.
Yeah, but sometimes I'm like, I'll say something.
When they say speak on it, it's 100% like, okay, I'm interested. It's not like you're
Yeah,
crazy.
no,
He's
no,
like,
no,
no,
no.
no, I understand.
I
I can be convinced to understand where you're coming from, and that's the best part.
yeah.
I said
It depends on the tone, I think.
Last night I said that's so true is like the verbal +2. and then he said speak on that.
Explain.
And then I went, because, I mean, you say it automatically when somebody says something funny or relatable. You go, that's so true. Or you go, that's damn true. And then he goes, that's damn true. And I said, see, it's true. I did it. But yeah, I'm going to let the dead air hit.
You know what else is dead air?
What?
The metaverse, baby. The magical world of the digital dystopia that we've all built.
Look, can I do a debriefing real quick?
Yes.
Dr. Disrespect.
Oh, fuck. God. We're going to do this first.
It has been leaked as to why he was banned. And I have two people here that are almost certain that I predicted why he was banned.
We collectively
2 years ago.
predicted this. Panda said the same thing. I think me and Ryan had said the same thing at one point. But it was like collectively, everyone in our group had said this at least one time.
Do you know that video of like, oh, that's your boy? And he's walking into the...
Yeah.
Oh, you knew he was like that the whole time and you still hung out with him? And somebody did a tweet about Dr. Disrespect. I'm not saying the reason. I'd rather have you look it up, honestly. That's not my job.
It rhymes
trying
with
real
mexual mexploitation.
Yeah. And this guy ended up tweeting at Nick Merckx, at Tim the Tat Man, being like, oh, that's your boy? Oh, so you knew the whole time. And he was
Honestly
like that.
makes both of those guys' remarks about LGBT people being predators or whatever so much f***ing more ironic that their boy is Bill Clinton coded, let's just say, for the audience.
I just don't get why you'd even watch him. Like, I never saw the appeal.
To who? To Dr.
The kayfabe
Disrespect?
stuff. Like, for all those dudes do the same meathead as a quote-unquote joke, and then it's funny to watch, but then you realize more that you watch them when the mask slips, when they're like, when that little tiny veneer of character peels away and like they get mad or they get like they're talking about a subject that is like political, you can immediately know when they've broken character because like, oh no, they're just like this. They're just playing up their already existing personality. Really, they're like so good at the kayfabe because they are that guy.
Okay. Can I also say something? You know what Tim the Tat Man looks like?
Really?
I don't know what
like
Nick
a
Merckx
British
looks like.
man.
Well,
isn't he British coded?
Well, I don't know. I just know he's not very attractive.
Yeah. Well, what'd you do? You spelling yourself?
Yeah, I got a little macho.
Oh, you want me to lick it up for you?
You got a little
I'm not gonna lick my shirt
Oh.
on camera.
Ooh, Riley.
Yeah, speaking cool. Hell yeah, that'd rip.
That would rip.
Oh yeah, Riley's married now too. as
No,
well.
shut up. Anyway, so like the Nick Merckx is funny as hell because that guy like literally got most of his like sponsorships ripped by doing the like groomer panic conspiracy theory shit. And then like, no, yeah, your boy was literally just grooming.
That's your boy?
Trying to groom women.
That's your boy?
Trying to groom minors using Twitch's own platform, which is why it got banned. It's the stupidest reason why it got banned. Twitch can see all of your messages that you post, by the by. Like, if you post something incriminating on Twitch, they can get subpoenaed by the FBI, and they'll just give it up. Anything you type in Twitch chat,
even,
any donation message, anything you relay using Twitch's
pretty-
overlay, they can pull. Also, your anything OBS related that is connected to Twitch goes through Twitch. They can see it. So if you have donation messages that you've sent to Twitch streamers that are particularly incriminating, maybe stop sending those.
This is like a Chris D'Elia moment where like you're telling me this and I'm like, you mean they can read that? It stays there forever?
Yeah, like that's the thing that
that clip?
none of these dudes really think about too much is because like also none of them think that they're gonna like get caught either.
I'm just gonna explain it to you.
Okay.
So he's on a podcast like this.
Yeah.
Like, oops, I
think it's a little-
too much. But he's on a podcast, and somebody says, "Oh, because you can like save chat messages in Snapchat," and then he goes, "Wait, what?" And then like 3 months later, he gets found out for his crimes.
Yeah, like
It was, I mean, that's hilarious.
Well, I just don't get,
to
like,
me
why
that he got
people
outed
think-
on his own.
like every single like chat in an app
Yeah.
They own what you said.
Unless explicitly
Like they
said.
have storage.
You just don't think about it that
And it's
much.
plain text too. It's not like it's going to take up space on their servers.
And
Like,
it
they're
depends.
gonna-
It depends. Some places encrypt their data so they can't see what you actually.
Yeah,
said.
Telegram and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
like they encrypt it to where.
Certain WhatsApp stuff, related stuff, does
They just-
also encrypt.
Yeah, they just give you the data. Like they don't let you like do any. They don't look at anything. They don't want to know.
Yeah,
Oh,
They're
they
like, that's-
want to know.
No, they don't want to
they
know.
wanna
They
know.
don't want to know. 'Cause
that's their
like-
business model. Yeah,
That's cross country, you know. So you'd be finding some weird stuff in there.
Yeah,
They said,
yeah.
we are not dealing with that.
yeah. That's not like legally. It's like, look, we're just the telephone company. We don't know, right? We're not saving your calls because like people don't think about it that way though. Like it's very much a IT kind of. The IT brain thing where it's like, look, I want to press the button and it works. And I get that knee jerk thing where you're pressing the button and it works.
Yeah.
But that's not how the back end functions, right? You get a piece of text, right? And the piece of text's entire thing, I can sandbag you all I want. This doesn't affect me. I get all the time at work, brother. Don't you
All the
think
time at
that
work.
I can't just sandbag the out of you? So
I forgot about that factoid.
I forgot about that factoid. You forget that people save your text all the time. Any Google results are still probably kept, even if you have like a VPN. Like
Yeah.
VPNs can't 100% guarantee that any of the stuff that you look at or any of the messages that you send are totally encrypted either. Like
Yeah.
if you hear like NordVPN or any of those guys be like, did you know that Safe Search doesn't actually protect your searches?
Yeah.
They can't. That's a lie. They can't 100% guarantee that
Yeah.
those searches aren't going to be somehow snatched by someone, right? If
Yeah.
you route your shit through the wrong server at the wrong time, the NSA can still pluck that and grab it and keep
Oh
it.
man.
Like there's no guarantee, especially because
they
of how
know what I go
AWS
to.
works.
Oh man. They know about my 6-hour edging session followed by my 2-minute
They
cleaning session.
know about me wanting to understand what like Russian drugs are like.
Wow. Crocodile?
There's like a whole thing about it where like
Crocodile.
there's like bathtub fentanyl inside of like Russia that's apparently really
Why
f***ed up
called
too.
bathtub fentanyl?
It's because
Probably 'cause
somebody's
they're making
you're
it in a
making it
tub?
not in a lab, right?
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're
it's not like it's
homegrown.
not it's homegrown. You're constructing it. You're doing Walter White shit in like a van, but instead of a van, it's like some deindustrialized warehouse
All
in
the-
Chechnya or
'Cause
something.
you're gonna need a bathtub after.
Yeah,
You're gonna feel real dirty.
You're gonna need to take a shower after doing it. Yeah, no, because it's like it's not a laboratory. It's not like a clean room or something like that. You know, you're not actually making it anything scientifically. You're just the basics of making it, and then you make it in like a oven or whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
Don't ask why I know that. I just was interested.
well, hey, look, I won't get into that. That's all right.
I
You
actually
can
know
keep
why.
your-
I could
you
actually
can keep
make
your
the
answer.
excuse, which is like there's a Russian RPG. There's a bunch of Russian RPGs that like have like systems for addiction and shit. It's like, what do Russian people know about drugs anyway? And I just wanted to know.
What do Russian people know?
Well, no,
about
because like
drugs?
they have crocodile and shit, but like
whole lot.
these are guys like talking about like a whole line of different like pharmaceuticals and shit like that. I'm like, what the is up with like all these things? Like realistically, Tarkov.
Yeah.
How are you getting half of these like medicines? Like what is the Russian version of like Ambien or
Well,
whatever
like,
the
Like, what prescription loopholes do they have
yeah,
over there?
yeah, like that you have so much like there's like a drug in Tarkov that's apparently just like Adderall or whatever, or not Tarkov, one of the
I need Adderall.
Tarkov Life or whatever. But it's like, well, what do
Yeah,
they know
you
about Adderall if like, there's sanctions
need
for
Adderall.
like a bunch
Yeah,
of
I put my
pharmaceutical
foot up, it
companies.
does that.
And it's like, oh no, they have stuff like that. They have a whole bunch of things like everywhere. And it's like, oh man, it's so interesting. I just like learning about other countries as well.
Yeah, I do too. I think a lot of my blind spots comes from like the nuance of like how their medical systems work. Because in America, it doesn't work, so it's pretty like self-explanatory. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
pay money, and then you might get this or you might get that, even if you need it. Like
There's like a whole bunch of really interesting things about like, a lot of Russian authors and like video game creators who are actually pretty good and write really interesting stuff. It's just all of that stuff that they write is like impossible to get to because it's filtered through like, you have two options for translating Russian stuff. You get hobbyist dudes from like the rest of Europe or the Americas who look at this thing and they're like, this is really cool. I'm going to spend 700 hours painstakingly translating by hand every word of this 700 plus hour Russian RPG. And everyone's like, wow, this is really good. Or you have some psychotic Russian guy who's like a Putinist or whatever, who's like, you know, some Nazi weirdo who loves the Soviets but hates how left-wing they were. They're like, the Soviets were cool, but they were too left-wing, and that's why it failed.
I liked it when they were authoritarian.
I liked it when they were people for no reason. We should go back to doing that. I loved when they were starving the Poles. We need to do that more. You know, those type of Russian guys. Like, that guy picks up a piece of media and it's like, I'm going to translate this to English, but I'm going to add a bunch of racist to it because it's too left-wing. Brackets.
Man.
It's not left-wing. It's just a normal guy writing a normal thing. Like, there's a Russian patch of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines where if you were in a certain IP address, you couldn't download that patch. It would just simply hyperlink you to a text with a bunch of slurs, anti-Asian slurs.
Who took the time?
Weirdo Russian guys. And that's why like that culture is so interesting to me for whatever reason, because it's like there's literally it's two sides of an extremely weird coin of hundreds of millions of normal motherfuckers who just kind of want to go to their job and write stuff. And then the other side of the coin is the most psychotic people alive.
Yeah.
Because of how that culture forms. I could do a whole thing on it. Very poorly. And a bunch of people from the Urals would probably get mad at me. But like, it's very interesting. Every other culture is extremely interesting.
We should go to Russia.
I would like to go to Russia if it wasn't so psychotic right
I would
now.
go to Serbia. You want to go to Serbia?
Yeah, I would go to like a lot of Eastern European countries because some of those places are kind of neat.
I feel like they're like beautiful, untouched landscapes for the most part. Like, and then you have like small little villages, and then one big town.
There's like big towns, but a lot of those big towns are really nice because they have a lot of trees. Like they just have these like, there's like a holdover from a lot of like really weirdo Soviet architectural products where they just like planted a load of tiny micro parks with really big trees, and it's like there's a lot of Eastern European cities that have like that are like low temperature. I don't remember what the environmental thing for it, but it's like they're not heat domes like a lot of cities are. You know how like New York is hot as all the time whenever it's summer. No matter, even if it's 70 degrees, everything suddenly gets extremely hot because the sun is beating down on all these buildings. But like they don't do that because it's just a load of trees everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting. I want to go to those places. I want to see that.
You ever been to Maine?
I've never been to Maine.
I've heard it's very similar. It has a lot of trees everywhere. Very fall vibe. I don't know. I got to think of places I want to go later in my life to explore. And
Yeah, same.
You've been to Japan.
Why'd you poke me?
I don't know. Just feel like
Yeah.
I
I was in Japan.
How was it?
It was good.
It was pretty cool.
Wait, what'd you like about it?
You could go to the store at 7-Eleven, you know, at any point in time and get alcohol at any point in time.
In fairness, everybody that I ever know that goes to Japan says the same thing. It's like, listen, there's three things that were great at Japan. The cans of Highball that you could buy at every store. The energy drinks were really good. Cheap cigarettes everywhere.
Wow.
It's like that's 80% of people that I've ever heard of that go to Japan that aren't like
And then you
weebs.
go to 7-Eleven, go into the store, and you get all the foods edible, and you get like the fried chicken.
Little
that they have.
bentos.
No, they have fried chicken, like the family chicken or whatever. I could eat like 20 of them. They're so good.
What the heck?
They're
Yeah.
so good.
See, I go to the 7-Eleven here. I walk in. It smells like roaches. I go to...
You look at the hot food thing and it's like half of it looks like either desiccated husks or it's like too wet in an unnatural, like taquitos shouldn't be wet,
No.
but they are.
Yeah.
Somehow like they're incredibly moist taquitos and you're like, that's the opposite. It's the other way around. I want the chicken tender to be slightly moist, not like a husk, like
not
a
the wraps.
jerky,
Yeah.
you know.
I go to the back. I look for I look for my Pepsi or something. I look for
An audible can crisp.
Scared?
that's crazy. I said I get my Pepsi and then the can gets opened and the other.
That's great like,
Yeah.
man, there's some great Foley going on in this
Yeah.
episode. I gotta
We're
tell
the
you.
Foley artists on this,
I
man.
know.
But that's like. But I go to the back. I look for a Pepsi. There's nothing on the shelf. I'm like, I can see it in the back behind there. I go, hey, do you mind? Can you grab the Pepsi for me behind the back? And they go, there's none on the shelf. And I'm like, no. And then they go, okay. And then they go back there. Takes them like 10 minutes. They come back out. They're like, here's your Pepsi. I was like, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Then I go to the front and then they're helping like one person's helping like two customers. And then one of the customers like, hold on, I'll be right back. And they go to their car. And then I have to wait another 10 minutes. And then they come back in and they're like, okay, sorry about that. And then like, there's no gas pump at this 7-Eleven. This 7-Eleven runs completely on service.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it's like living in America.
Yeah.
I
Because it's some of it's just like you go to places sometimes and they're really nice because everybody there gives a shit. But then like so often it's not just like, oh, the employees don't care. It's like, no, there's like that. It's one employee helping 17 different people.
Yeah.
I don't have time to care.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I wasn't mad at the employee. I was just like, wow,
would
they don't
be.
have they don't have like
How
more
dare they?
service employees here. at
Yeah.
this
They just
one-
don't want to pay for
Yeah.
people to be there, you know?
Like nobody cleaning the floors, nobody cleaning the store. There's
Mm-hmm.
just two people on shift. One's in the back, like organizing.
I was like, that was kind of like that at like GameStop or whatever the fuck, where it would be like, I would get stuck with the worst shifts
Yeah.
every time, and there would be times where like other employees would do these things where it's like, you have these like life hacks when you work at GameStop where you know to basically like you could game the system really hard in favor of the customer, but also get yourself more sales. Basically, it was a
Yeah.
scheme where you use a coupon, where it's like a coupon scheme where you get them a bunch of free products, but those free products still count as a sale of a pre-owned product.
Yeah.
So you encourage them to buy a thing and then return that thing so that you could resell them that thing with other free products attached to that thing, so that that one sale now turns into 4 sales. And that would boost your sales metric. You basically get them to come back another day. And yes, even if it wasn't you doing that, somebody else would get it, but you would earn a bonus, or your store would look better, that even though, hey, this one employee is slacking, if every other employee is doing really good on pre-owned and your store still breaks the threshold, you could say, well, that one employee wasn't slacking. He just didn't get a day where our regulars came in, you know? Our regulars are coming in and look, they're getting us all these products. But sometimes the regulars would come in on a day where you have only one guy there and they all want you to do the same weird tricks to save them money and get you the boosted sales. So you got 7 or 8 different people and it's like, I need you to come back another day.
Yeah.
I don't have
Can't
time
do
to
that.
do this. Or it's like, well, can the other store do it? And you know in your heart of hearts, if you send them to the other store, they're never coming back to your store. And you're like, fuck. And that's why GameStop is currently failing as a company.
I have a story about my workplace. I've already ran this by you because I think it's definitely one of the most humbling experiences where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like nothing in the grand scheme of things. This person came into my workplace and they took the desk of another person that I really like talking to every day. And they're still with the company. They still work there. They're just in a different part.
Yeah, yeah.
And this new person, I have to walk by them to the printer every day. So like this new person,
Did they do it again?
yeah.
Oh.
So there's this new person, yeah, that got hired like maybe 10 work days ago.
Yeah, yeah.
I meet them on the first day they're there. And I go, hey, nice to meet you. You know, my
Yeah,
name's
yeah.
Chase. I hope you enjoy being around here. I go back, don't think about it. Like 2 days later, they come in to my office.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, we're on a tour. We just want to introduce you to one of the new employees. And then they go, hi, nice to meet you. And I was like, okay, be informal, you know? You're being introduced. You don't want to make it weird. Be like, we already met. You know, hey, nice to meet you. Good to see you again. I was expecting that. I just got nice to meet you. They shook my hand. They left again. 5 days, 5 days after they've been hired. This is my third time meeting them. I go past them and I go, oh, hey, they're in their office. Cool. Let me just stop by. Hey, how you enjoying it? Pretty good. What was your name? Have I met you before? Okay. All right. No, that's fine. Maybe I'm forgettable.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
7 days in. We're 7 days in. 7th day that they're there. I go, hey, how you doing? You enjoying it now? I'm stopping by just to see how you've been doing. I don't believe we've met before.
Interesting.
Hi, nice to meet you. What was your name again?
It's like,
It is the 10th day, bro. It is the 10th day of them being there. I've been introduced as this person like 4 or 5 times. I've had
like
to
I
reintroduce
get that it's
myself.
like you don't know, but at least you kind of like try to acknowledge like I wouldn't say that you have a
maybe they just
forgettable
keep-
face at all.
maybe
You're a pretty striking fella, you know.
Oh, thank you.
My thing
I
is
think.
maybe they keep forgetting your name, and instead of just being like, "What's your name?" They're
I
like,
don't know, because it's like they're like when I look into their eyes, when I stare into their soul,
They don't have one.
They look at me and they're just like this. They're like this. Hi, nice to meet you. I don't think we've met. They're like that deadpan stare into my eyes, and I'm like, this has got to be a bit, right? Like this has got to be them messing with me at this point. But I don't know what to do because I don't want to keep meeting this person.
I forget the names of my coworkers all the time, but that's
Yeah.
because like I see them once every like 3 months because I work in a
just gotta,
factory
like-
with like 400 people
you gotta-
and like sometimes one guy will come in, I'll be like, I don't know that guy's name. And then like another guy will come in, I'm like, I've seen this guy before. I know their face, I know their gait. Name is escaping me. Or I have not learned this person's name, but I've seen them before. So I'll be like, hey, I'm familiar enough. Or sometimes, and this is the funny one where it's like, there's like 7 Allens that work at our factory. So it's like, shit, like it's Allen. It's like Allen, and Allen. And it's like, oh, it's one of the Allens. I'm like, which Allen?
Yeah.
And then the other person has to stare at me like, there's more than 1 Allens? 7 Allens, buddy. Like, oh, wow, 7 Allens. Okay. He's this side, this tall. He looks like this. I'm like, okay, I know which Allen you're talking about. Great. But
I
you
forgot
work
about
with an
that
office
factoid.
with like 2 or 3 people that person's seeing regularly.
Yeah,
and it's like, you're the
I
only
work
guy.
with 20
How could they
people.
forget?
I work with 20 people. I'm probably the youngest person there,
Yeah.
besides one other person that is a female and looks very drastically different from me.
yeah, yeah.
So, like, I don't know how they keep forgetting, and I don't know if I should
Did
just...
hit Control Alt Delete for any person that looks 10 years younger than they do?
No, they the same age as me. Like, so I thought that's even another one where it's like, oh, we're like... You
Bring up the
we're not
task
so different,
manager,
you and I.
chase end task.
Yeah, like Control A, delete. Like the whole thing just gets wiped every day. I don't know. Maybe I should just start introducing myself every day. Maybe it's like that one.
You gotta, anytime you walk into their office, you gotta wear a shirt that's a specific color so they recognize you as blue shirt guy.
Maybe
or
you should
something.
just like I was gonna go this angle. Like maybe you should just completely flip a switch on them. Maybe you should be like, "Hey, head, remember me?"
Hey, what's up? Nice to see you again. I guess. No,
God, I get to see
hold
your
on,
face
the worst
again.
Part, I forgot about this. The worst part, I have a name tag. I have a name.
They don't
I have a
even
lanyard.
they don't
with a
even
name tag
pretend.
on it. They don't even like. They don't.
All
even,
right,
like,
that's
take a
officially worse. That's officially
Yeah.
way f***ing
They're like
worse,
the same-
right?
They're like the same age as me. They're like younger. I was like, oh, cool. This
Maybe
is
they
great.
got that fluoride stare.
Maybe I don't know, because the other person that left, her name is Olivia. She's cool. I like Olivia. Well, me and Olivia are like we're tight. We're like I went back to her new place. They put her in the corner, dude. She ain't got no windows.
Ah,
They locked her in a room. All the way
no,
in the
they
back.
did her. They did her with the Office Space.
Yeah, it looks like it kind of. I'm not gonna lie. It does feel like you have to go through the back rooms to see where she's at. Like,
Yeah.
it's just door, nothing, door, nothing, door, office space. She's in the back of the corner, away from the window, blinds down. I'm like, that's crazy. They did this to R.I.P. Olivia. She was a soldier. I can't
keep
believe
wanting to
it.
bring up the ways to like segue us because we have so many like things that we talk about. Because I'm like, oh, soldier.
just
How do
here.
I segue this to
Yeah, I'm just
our topic
talking.
at hand?
What are you thinking about?
The metaverse.
Oh, you can bring it up. Just say the metaverse.
Oh, okay.
So about the metaverse.
So Maxie, what are you thinking about Shin Megami Tensei 5? What do you think? That's
Me?
Yeah, what do you think? about
the joke is I'm not gonna. Never mind. I thought he was gonna get on the joke,
Listen,
but no, yeah.
I haven't been paying attention really to that game. My thing with it is, I feel like it has all the pitfalls of a 3D RPG. If that
Yeah.
means anything,
I get you. I feel you.
like
I know what you're
I'm
talking
telling
about.
you, like I just don't.
It's
like,
hard to
it seems
structure.
it seems serviceable. It seems fun.
Yeah.
It seems cool.
I like those games a lot,
You can't.
but that's because I play 3D RPGs all the time.
But I bet once I go, because I have them downloaded, once I go through the first few and then I get to that one, I can guarantee you, like, it'll be like middling compared to.
I think that it's pretty. I think that it's one of the better ones because I think 3 is a bit more overrated than a lot of them. Art style wise, 3 is the most striking, but it's not as good as everyone else. I think like it goes 2, then 1, then 5, 4A, 4, and then 3. But that's not saying that 3 is the worst one. That's saying it's a really good series with a lot of really good ones. But if you have to rank them, it's hard to rank. I like all of them.
Is it a turn-based game?
It's a turn-based game, yeah.
Oh.
They're pretty fun, actually.
You know,
I like the Shin Megami Tensei
I
series.
also wanted to say this. Fable 3 is a great game when you
Shut
ain't got
up.
a yapping in your ear
Shut
about how
the
it's-
hell up,
I think that
man.
if it was like more
It's so
finished
fun.
or
You're
had
so
like a director
dumb.
that wasn't
Yeah.
Peter Molyneux, it would be really good.
You're a
I don't think
You're a
it's
damn
like
idiot.
that. Yeah, I'm just saying it's fun.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
I
I'm
don't
not
even
saying you're
agree.
wrong. I'm just saying like I think that
Stop.
I like all of those products. I think that there is a really good foundation there that any other developer or any
Would've-
other director would have
knocked
made a
out of
better
the
one.
park.
I
Yeah.
played it when it came out,
Me
and
too.
I don't know anything about the game. Literally there's 3 games in my brain that I just voided the existence of, but I know I played them. Dragon Age Origins,
Yeah, that's a.
completely gone.
I remember the Templar
I remember
stuff.
a spider boss.
I
That's
don't.
it. That's it. I don't.
I never finished that game.
And a swamp. There's a
Yeah.
swamp, and then the second
Swamp,
game.
yeah. That's just
The
basically
second
the
game
full
I
area.
remember playing.
Yeah.
That's just completely void out of my memory. Dragon's Dogma, completely gone. I replayed it just because I was like, I know I played this game. I don't know what. I have no idea.
I
can't
think
even.
the
I
strength
can't
of
even
those games
remember.
are the moment to moment and not like kind of the stuff in
develop-
between because
yeah.
it's like there's
Literally-
not a lot there. It's a simulator and less of an actual RPG with a story.
Did you see Hello Kitty Adventure Island
No.
is coming out?
Yeah, I saw.
Did you see that?
I mean,
I
it's already
Oh.
can
out.
assume, yeah. I mean,
It's already out.
Yeah, it's,
Well,
but
on
no,
the
it's coming.
Switch,
Yeah, it's coming to Switch. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But and then the third one was what we were just talking
You said
about.
4.
No, I didn't. I said 3.
3.
I could have sworn
You are
said
so
4.
out of it.
You said Fable.
Fable 3,
Uh-huh.
Dragon Age Origin.
There's another one.
Oh yeah, no, he did say
Dragon
4.
Dogma.
He did say 4
Yes.
total. You said
Oh,
3,
did?
but you said 4. Yeah.
Here's my ass.
Okay, no, I think his thing was
No,
with
no.
3 other games plus that one that you said
what
that you
was the other
voided
one?
it.
Dragon Age Origin,
Fable 3.
Fable 3,
Dragon
and
Dogma.
That was it.
Oh yeah, 3. Yeah. I'm
And
an
then
idiot.
what was it? There's another
What am I
one.
adding?
was
No,
not
it wasn't
another
another one. Never
telling
mind.
you.
We're getting too wrapped up in this.
telling
If you watch
Oh.
this,
Okay,
And
we're
I
not.
said
We're getting
3.
too. We can move on.
okay,
Come on, we're gonna get trapped saying this for 10 more minutes
But
if you
they
argue.
were all came out at like the same time, or I played them at the same time. Completely, they're
It's like
nothing to
it's the dark. It was like those were the dark ages of like a lot of RPG stuff until like about 2014 when it started coming back really hard, and there's like a lot of
Also,
really good stuff that came out in
Fable
between
just-
then.
Like I even watched like
You know what you would hate
reviews of Fable.
so much?
Hmm.
I'm saying just to Maxie
Oh,
that you would play and you would hate so very much. That everyone else likes, but you'd be like, you would get you frothingly mad the existence of Age of Decadence, which is
Never
a
heard of it.
turn-based, post-apocalyptic Roman fantasy RPG.
That sounds bad.
It's pretty good.
I mean, like I'm question mark, like maybe.
I mean, yeah, maybe is the answer that everyone gives when they look at it. It's like, oh, that's interesting. And then you play it and you're like, what the is this?
Cube World? Ooh.
You mean Cubivore?
Yeah, Cubivore.
There's a dude said Cube World, and he
Cube
made
World is a
Cubivore.
different
Cubert.
one.
Cubert.
Cube World is
Cubert.
completely different. Cubert, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what else is
Cubivore.
very similar to Cubert?
Oh.
The metaverse.
The metaverse. I have a joke about that. Joke goes somewhere because did you know?
All right.
Chase, have you seen modern Steven Spielberg masterpiece Ready Player One?
No.
Yes, I have.
I hate that movie.
I love
mean,
that movie. It's such a
shut
good
up.
movie.
Shut up.
Oh my God! When I
Dude
saw
loves
Gundam,
Fable
I pogged.
When I saw Gundam,
When I saw Tracer from Overwatch, I pogged. I pogged.
That's Tracer.
I
I
just-
know Tracer.
I saw pop culture and I pogged.
Yeah, that's my. I don't get it. Why do people want to watch pop culture in their pop culture?
Do you want to know what's even worse? Ernest Cline,
Who's that?
WB Games. Ernest Cline is the author of Ready
Warner
Player
Brother
One.
Games.
Are making.
That's not what I.
They're making the Readyverse, Maxie.
But it's not
What?
theirs. It's not theirs to make, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Warner Brothers.
No. I'm saying like, if they had tertiary characters.
Hold on, we don't know what it's about yet. Explain it.
Okay. It's they're trying to make a metaverse thing, like a metaverse,
Yeah.
like Fortnite, but with
Oh.
Warner
I love
Brothers property.
Oh my
Fortnite.
God!
They-
Hold on, I gotta talk about Fortnite.
Pause.
stop.
We don't have to talk about Fortnite because
Brother,
it's not even
it's
like
bad.
the thing is we don't know anything about what it's going to be, what it's going to look like. They've only announced it and only announced Ernest Cline, and they're doing like cryptocurrency shit with it and all this other stuff. But the point is, to answer your question, they're just not going to have those tertiary properties,
Oh,
right? Like
okay.
what the thing that they could get away with in the movie is that they got a bunch of people to sign on because it's basically just an advertisement. Like Blizzard says, yes, you can use Tracer from Overwatch. You can use the voice actor's lines, but it can only appear in 0.3 seconds of the movie or something like that. Yes, you can. Toei signs off and says, or like, Bandai. Bandai signs off and says, yes, you can use Gundam, but it can only appear for a minute plus. Because Toei, they're going to do Ultraman for that movie.
Imagine
and Toei said, no, you may not use Ultraman.
Imagine if Metal Greymon showed up though.
Oh my God! I changed my mind about it.
Well, yeah, what if Metal
then he
Greymon
shoots
is in the metaverse?
Then he shoots his booby rocket.
When I watch a movie that's just referencing a bunch of IPs, when I watch a movie that's referencing IPs I like,
I pong. That's literally that is the appeal of this.
Not my mom.
But to explain what a metaverse is.
Okay.
It is a 3D space. Imagine a 3D space where it's like people are there and restaurants and you're pogging constantly at IPs. You see the Star Warsman, and there's the Battletoad from Battletoads.
The Boba Fett.
And the Boba Fett and the Battletoad, and they're inside of a digital McDonald's, and I can walk into Walmart's online marketplace and point at a bed and say, I want that bed, and it arrives at my house. A metaverse bed that is also my real bed.
No. I mean, they're literally just recreating Second Life, and it's really sad.
And in reality, that is what it is.
I
It's
mean,
kind
yeah,
of
I'm
like
just saying
it
it's
is a
sad.
basic. It's like a 3D social space, but instead their pitch is. But what if the stuff that you like appeared on screen in this social
buy
life,
it in real life.
branded, and you pog at it? And you might say, okay, but how is this different from just like buying a skin in a video game? And they say, well, hold on a minute. You can buy an NFT of this thing that you like, and it will be cosmetically different, a one of one. What if instead of buying a regular Marty McFly skin, it's Marty McFly, but he's got a white hat on this time?
Stupid.
You buy the DeLorean from Back to the Future, but it's purple this time.
I think
That's
that
not the point of why if you're buying a character specific thing,
But you
would
do
want
it.
to be the
No. You do it, but it's a one of one. Only you use it,
but
and then you can
I
sell
don't
it to
think
another
people don't
person.
want
And
that.
now your video game is also a commodities and securities market,
I feel like
Maxie.
that's like a negative thing too about like
Yes.
Second Life as a whole too, because they have their whole fucking marketplace and you gotta like purchase shit with real money. And
that
like,
is
from
the
other
okay,
people.
but
And,
that's
like,
the
I-
appeal of
like,
Second Life.
like, no,
That's why people
I thought the
play
appeal
that.
of Second Life was having sex or something.
Yes,
Like,
with
okay,
your
but
with
what
your
I'm
thing that
saying-
you pay a man to a commission
that's
for.
that's the part that's bad.
Yeah,
But anyway,
cyber.
I'm saying like I think like
that's why
like,
people
that's
play
like the
it.
downfall of that kind of genre of like game because while I agree that some people deserve to be paid for the work and effort that they put into making a model or a rig or whatever, I think that maybe that they should be rewarded with like an in-game thing if they're uploading it for other people to use in a game and they're not specifically making it for other people. They just made it for themselves, but they're getting extra money for giving it out. Like, and it's not like it's
Okay.
a single product that's
You're thinking of this in a different way from why those people play those things,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but
People
I'm
do
saying
not
it's
play
shitty.
VR chat or Second Life because it's like other video games. They play it because it's this incredibly psychotically curated thing
Yes.
that they are commissioning people to make things and stuff like that. But that's the thing. The reason why they play this and they're not going to be interested in this metaverse dog shit is the metaverse dog shit is like, okay, but it's not customized, right? It is a randomized thing. You're not buying a custom made Marty McFly in a Supreme jacket.
Yeah.
Some guy digitally makes a thing, but like it's not what you want. It's not the right color. What if I want the Supreme jacket to be green? And they say, well, no, there's no such thing as a
Yeah.
green Supreme hoodie with and stacked letters and shit. That doesn't exist. And Supreme says
I want
the branding contract of the
want Marty
Supreme Marty McFly hoodie model for the Readyverse is that it doesn't work. Okay.
I
want-
think my disdain from it comes from using like the game as a source of the revenue rather than like a commission outside of the fact.
They do
I
both.
feel like well, yeah, I know they do both. I'm just saying like I feel like that's kind of my disdain because it's kind of like Diablo, right? When they had
It's
that
different from Diablo.
No. Well, I mean, like the core idea.
But you're
is kind
buying
of the same.
no, it's not.
You're
Like
playing
no,
the game,
no,
you get something, and you sell it on the marketplace for real money. Like
Diablo is for a purpose, right? You're buying this thing in Diablo to
For a
skip
game.
for a game. You're buying the thing
there
in
are
Second
mechanics
Life
outside of
or
for Second Life. That's you're misunderstanding why people do it. Like it's not. I know it's not for
it's
you.
similar. I'm just saying, like
It's
that-
way different in the sense that it doesn't do the same thing. People buy it for those. It's two different things for two different reasons. They're parallel. They're similar, but
one
so
has-
different in very important ways. Like the people that again, why people aren't gonna. I'm not really finished with the metaverse thing, right? The metaverse whole purpose is their idea is that it's going to be this 3D digital space where everything goes, right? You don't just open Steam or the Xbox Live Marketplace and press play on like the new Call of Duty. You walk into the digital Call of Duty zone with your Marty McFly Supreme hoodie avatar, jerkily walking around, and you physically touch a thing in the metaverse, and then you play Call of Duty.
so
It's a 3D hub for everything, but
I love it.
that's stupid. It's too big. It's not going to work, and it's clumsy, and it sucks.
Yeah.
But everyone's basic idea about this is that this is going to be the next thing. Like, your concerns about like I don't like it because of this are probably a lot more founded than you think that I mean. I'm not saying that they're entirely unfounded, right? I think that your points are very valid because that's probably what the average consumer also thinks, right? You look at a thing and you're like, okay, but why? I don't get it. And most people look at the metaverse and they say, well, why? I don't get it. Why would I pay to do this? There's nothing here. You go into Facebook's Horizon Worlds and it's like a $6 billion product or so at this point that has basically nothing to show for it. It's a very bare bones virtual space that sucks with nothing to do.
This is the same one as the one that doesn't have like fully modeled player characters. Right?
Yes, yes. They're not fully modeled. They had full models and then they got rid of them and then they brought them back in because each time they change it, the rigs don't work. Or each time they update like the haptic feedback on Vive or whatever they have. It's
I can't do VR
Oculus.
at my house because I don't want to do VR at my house because like I like to vacuum a lot.
yeah.
And if you like walk around, like you just spreading dirt it's just really well, like
I mean, yeah,
imagine walking
that's
around
the other
with a
thing is,
little-
okay, but what if I don't want to do VR? And then it turns in, it's doing is it's turning into a third-person shooter or first-person shooter thing. But why would I just play that instead of just playing something else?
I could see the slurs in Maxie's head for me, like a jackpot going off, like you spin machine just like this, and it's like bing, bing, bing.
Each one is forming the first point of the scale. But like, most of it's just like they're selling this product that just isn't ever going to exist that no one wants. But it's like they still keep spending billions of dollars, and now it's like a major artist and a major media company is putting all their money into it. Disney's doing the same thing with Epic Games and Fortnite. We mentioned Fortnite.
Yeah, that's so.
Isn't
Okay,
this
so
just gonna be a laundering thing? Like it's just all gonna be like money laundering. Like they're just gonna like take the money and then like.
It's not really money laundering.
Oh my
it's just a
God.
tax write-off thing. But like some of Tim Sweeney and a lot of those guys genuinely believe that it's the future because they like sell investors that like, no, we promise this is going to be ubiquitous. But then you run into it in the real world and you ask the question, well, why would it be ubiquitous?
Yeah,
Yeah,
why
so
would you do this?
why I was bringing up the like when I was hyperfixating on the Fortnite thing when you brought it up was I'm talking to this girl, right? And she
Oh no, man! Don't drag this random
No,
woman into
don't-
this,
They're
man.
never gonna hear this. It doesn't matter. It's funny.
I mean,
Like,
Look, they're- look,
there's a difference between hyper fixating on Fortnite and talking what we're talking
no.
about, right? Like,
What I'm saying is, while
allow it.
their fixation was on Fortnite, I learned that like not only does Fortnite have like ARGs and actual story in the game that spans over all of the seasons, they're instinctively tied to every single property you can think of. And I'm just like,
I posted the list.
it's ridiculous.
I posted the list. I'll find the list and post it in the video.
like that's ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
it's a psyop.
no, you want money.
Okay,
Fortnite has perfected the model of the Marvel ideology, which is
Isn't it
connect
crazy
with
when-
every brand
Yeah.
and introduce every character, every facet of every
Did you
other
know-
story into the same story.
Did you know that DC had a canon FaZe Clan comic book miniseries where FaZe Clan
Yes.
teamed up with the Justice League
Yeah,
to defeat
yeah.
the Joker?
And they had to use
It
one
was
of the,
canon until one of their stupid events made it not canon.
well,
FaZe Banks is canon in the DC universe for like 2 years.
he
there
was
was
like
a
a hacker
god-
too, right, or something like that. I forgot what they made.
It doesn't matter what they made
but
them.
I'm
The
saying,
point
like,
is
he's
it's
relevant
the
to
same
the-
thing.
yeah.
It's what he said. The Marvelification.
It's so cringe.
It's slop stuff.
So I feel like there's also a point too where it's just like I think sometimes it's endearing to have like character crossovers from different IPs, even if it's not like because when I think back on it, like the main thing that clicks in my brain that's like, oh hey, here's like something that comes back to mind as a nostalgic like, oh this crossover didn't bug me at all and it was there. It's like stuff from Cartoon Network. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
those random like children's television shows, like animated television shows. Oh, sometimes they have like one episode where they're like together and they do something funny. Like,
Yeah.
what does it matter?
Well, like
you know,
Jimmy Neutron and Timmy Turner.
yeah, and
that was cool.
Yeah, like it's not a big deal. But once you start getting into like,
You're using that entire
Yeah.
idea, those cartoons as a business model for it. All media has to
Yeah.
be like this thrown into a slop. We're going to be seeing like Dario Argento movies being put into Fortnite or whatever the fuck, you know,
Like,
like,
so-
And you know
like,
what's
it's-
cute about it?
like it's endearing that like, oh somebody needs like they call Ed Nettie for help or something, and then it's like, oh you should just go to the kids next door if you want to do it for free, you know, like stuff
Yeah.
like that. That's cute. That's funny.
Yeah, it reminds me, and it's funny because you know who does it really well and they're related to Disney? Pixar. Like how there's just like little hints of like another movie within the movie.
Yeah, it's
And
like a
it's like a cute
But that's
nod.
it's going
an
from like
Easter egg.
Easter eggs and something cute to that's your entire business model now is just you have to put everything.
Yeah.
And it's like you're banking that like people want to
it's
spend billions.
Yeah,
not like a couple
they're
thousands or
intrinsically-
whatever, actually billions in the what if the world live your media. It's like
Yeah, it's-
oh
they're
man.
If you think I'm
intrinsically
putting a
tying,
headset
like-
on to buy a couch, you're crazy. If you think I'm putting a headset on to buy a couch,
Well, the
No,
thing is, like,
yeah.
my just open up
intrinsically-
6 different tabs. I'm walking away from the
It's
computer when
it's
I get
easy.
stressed out.
Yeah, like it's easier to just go on Wayfair instead of just like I don't want to walk through the I hate going into normal IKEA.
Yeah.
I don't want digital IKEA where I can get motion sickness from it.
I mean,
Are you kidding me?
I've only
I
got
love
motion
IKEA.
sickness one time, I think.
Well,
I got it
I've
one-
never gotten
well, I'm-
VR sickness,
well,
but it's
not
like
VR, but like when I was a kid, I was playing 101 Dalmatians on the PlayStation,
holy.
and for some reason, like the rotation of the camera just in one area are like made me
the
sick.
anti-aliasing and stuff like
I
that.
don't know what it was.
Yeah,
and
I think
just-
it has.
I
I've
just puked- I
experienced
puked
that
all
once.
over the ground. I was like, holy.
Oh.
Well, yeah, Sarah was over. or whatever.
Oh.
We were playing out. I'm like, holy,
My
I had
a-
no idea.
My ass when I'm running through Norath somewhere. I'm like, God damn, why did they make the tunnels so small in EverQuest, man? My camera can't sit at one angle for this entire run. Sorry. Riley's just looking like,
But anyway,
I don't
it's
know what
like
you're talking about.
it's
Yeah.
just like
You gotta indulge us in my favorite game, right?
I understand. I'll
Project-
never
you gotta
understand,
play
but I
Project
understand.
99. Is it 99?
1999.
Yeah. I knew what it was. I thought it was 98, but that's the year I was born.
Okay, whatever. Nobody cares.
Oh, no, now everybody knows my password.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What about the metaverse? Like,
Yeah.
I guess like another thing is it's like, once it starts getting into like, in order to even consume this piece of media and have the entirety of everything that I know, you have to start dipping into other medias.
Yeah.
It's absolutely like not even worth your time.
And it
Like-
clearly doesn't work.
Like Marvel did it on accident. Like they didn't do it on purpose.
They did sort of do it on purpose with Phase 1.
No,
right?
I mean,
Like,
sorry. Hold on, let me clarify. They didn't know that this would cause people to go back and watch all these other movies. They did it for the fans who already watched all the movies to do tie-ins. They did it so where if you didn't watch maybe Captain America, you would go, "Oh, let me go watch Captain America."
yeah.
But they didn't do this so you would be like, so a bunch of people who now have watched Avengers knows who Bucky is,
Well, it's-
and like knows all of his backstory and Winter Soldier lore, and like,
Well, it's
it's just it was a they
When you
intended-
start off
to be
and it's just
viewed,
like
not to be-
you can have a character summarize the plot line in about a word or
Mm-hmm.
so. That's the easy part. When you have to consume a separate limited run comic book
yeah,
to know why Hulk is now looking CGI Mark Ruffalo Hulk for no reason, or like you had to have purposefully bought a one-off Infinity War art book, not the movie, the art book, because they didn't film this scene for the movie. It was a part of the pre-production art book to learn how he became shitty looking CGI Mark Ruffalo Hulk. You have failed. It's
See,
it's
I don't wanna-
already too
see,
much.
this is what-
you
I
know?
also don't want to victim blame, but like there's obviously something wrong with like how people consume media nowadays, I think.
well,
yeah.
and we've talked about it before.
Yeah, I
but
think we
I
have.
also, while we're on this topic, because I've been waiting for this, you want to see my impersonation of Mark Ruffalo?
Sure.
What are we gonna do about that? Where did he go? What's that about?
Yeah, it's
Thank
but
you,
he's
thank
like
you, and
the
Steve.
same. Yeah,
Thank
the
you,
same
thank
face
you.
every time. Like
Asking an inquisitive question to move the plot forward. How many days will it take?
it's crazy because he was
Every role.
he was amazing in the Zodiac Killer movie.
I
He
don't
was
think
so f***ing good.
I don't think so. I think he was doing the same thing there.
But like it felt.
Yeah, it felt genuine.
No,
at
no, no.
least,
But like
yeah.
it's not like when you typecast someone and that's the only thing you give him for 12 years, sure,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
when you watch it
No, it's good.
separate from
Zodiac
that, it's
is
like
a
this
great-
works. This
Yeah.
whole thing works. It's like it's not just sometimes a character is
I'm just
just
saying-
I am the other person on the other side of the camera that is supposed to push back against you, the detective,
So
or you, the
conflict
person.
move forward, yeah.
Not just a conflict to move forward, but in Zodiac to get the theme across.
Well, okay, like I understand that Mark Ruffalo acted his ass off on Zodiac. I just think it's funny that every role that Mark Ruffalo gets is the
that.
guy who asks questions to move the plot forward. I don't know if that's something that only I have noticed, but when I look back at it,
It's-
I'm like, this is every role this guy has.
I believe that once you take a Marvel thing, it's a poison pill for every single thing in your career. And the
Yeah.
only dude to escape that is Chris Hemsworth.
That's true.
He's got the least amount of Marvel appearances in my mind.
Yeah.
I know that he has
haven't
just as many movies as everyone else, but like he feels like the dude who has like it's the least damaging
Got
for
away
him.
with it.
He got away with it because he's like one of those guys where it's like I like making movies, Donnie. He's the Nicolas Cage of like a mainstream actor where he'll be in anything, but like the fact that he is in anything means that he gets to do more stuff and actually be able to act.
Benedict Cumberbatch gets away with it because he's British, so like
And he's in other
you
things.
know, yeah. So he plays as like an American doctor.
You guys
There's
are
no
saying
doubt you're gonna.
name.
You don't know about
na-
Benedict
I don't know.
Cumberbatch? That's Doctor Strange.
Man, I don't.
You don't
You
need
have
to know
show
things.
me a picture, man.
Isn't
it's fine.
Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a major
Sherlock
British
and
actor.
Sherlock
Maxie doesn't
Holmes.
watch things.
Man, I don't consume
Your
media.
ass
He
needs
doesn't
to-
use.
Oh, here I'm critiquing media without consuming it.
Yeah, I
can't
can do that.
Who's this guy? Where is
It's
he?
like
Where
you
did
can
he
just.
go?
That's fine.
Like I keep falling into
I don't
it.
gotta watch the movie to say it's
Ready?
dog.
Impersonation again. You don't watch media?
I okay. Hang on. Let me do my.
I'm stuck, bro. I'm stuck.
God, damn it, the Star Lord actor. I don't even remember his name. Chris Pratt. Yeah, Chris Pratt.
Bro,
Hi, I'm fine, good, funny, Chris Pratt. No, I'm angry, Chris Pratt. And that's his two
Man,
voice lines.
I don't-
and
No, here's
everything.
the other
It's
one. Here's-
wow.
Here's the other Chris Pratt. Ready? Farts.
And that's every voice he does. He has the same voice for everything. I don't actually think that guy acts.
I want to do a bit. This is my last bit I want to do.
Okay.
Okay, I wanted to run this. Max, you know the bit. You know the bit. So two frat guys, bro, we're so close to each other. We know this so much. I'm gonna say a number. Ready?
Okay.
Okay, ready? Okay, on three. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
69.
Oh, dude.
Whoa!
wait.
You're like, oh my god, you're the same person. Whoa!
3, 2, 1. 420.
Whoa!
Here's the other one. Here's the
Okay, we're doing
Oh my god!
Okay, ready?
You're like twinsies, dude.
other.
3, 2, 1.
1488.
Oh, wait, hang on. Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, guys. Whoa, what the?
So close, bro.
No, this is. Hang on. Whoa. Are you pulling a cross out? What the? What are you doing with those gasoline and matches, bro?
Yo, check that drink. It's open.
Yo,
It's not covered.
me dog. I drove you.
Oh, shit, guys, what the? Should I call the hospital?
No, you should call the police. All right, yeah. Well, I think that's a good ending.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a good bit to end on.
Yeah, we marred everything. It was great.
Yeah.
We're everywhere today.
We do not support the last thing we said. That
No,
was not.
that was-
we were making fun of it. It was a juxtaposition.
Did you
of
see the old Miss guys do like the sit during the Palestine protests?
what?
There's a bunch of old Miss like frat people are like really crazy
And did the
racist.
monkey noises?
Yeah, and they just kept going. Like they were doing like KKK shit for like a day, and it's like the Ole Miss the only people the Ole Miss people actually punished were like the protesters. They didn't punish any of the frats. They didn't get rid of any of these dudes who like very openly, transparently were doing like Ku Klux Klan shit. Like nah. All frats are still crazy racist.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I think it's so weird that frats are a culture and like
The
colleges.
Yeah.
one of the worst frat things that I remember is like in Radford, a guy died of alcohol poisoning, and it was genuinely very sad. But every like frat guy was like, basically just like, man, it was so crazy. I got to drink to his memory, and I'm like, it felt weird. All I'm saying, it felt like so strange, like
Bro,
listening.
let me get a brewski. Hold on. Let me put this song on. Pour. Drank.
Yeah, just like
Dude, I love this song, bro. I love it. It's so good to drink to. It's like
Yeah.
the Hey Ya of Outkast, except about alcoholism.
Yeah. It feels very strange. Like that was the thing that stuck in my mind about frats. That, and I had a roommate who did a frat, and he would constantly f up the bathroom because he would come home so drunk that he would like
I had
just
a guy piss on my bathroom floor from being drunk. I'm never gonna.
there's one time where it's like I'm waking up, I'm trying to get ready, and it's like 7 a.m. and he has locked the door because he is passed out drunk in the bathroom, and I'm just slamming on the f***ing door trying to get his attention. And that was the point where I was like, I guess I just have to not get ready. So I like had to get dressed and literally like run downstairs to the public bathroom.
Ew.
Yeah, basically. I couldn't shower or anything, so I was like, I just got to run downstairs and piss and like brush my teeth in the public bathroom. And like had some guy be like, "Why were you brushing your teeth in the public bathroom?" Like, the guy up, my roommate, is locked in my bathroom and I can't unlock it. And my RA is like, "Should I unlock your bathroom?" And I'm like,
I don't know.
he might be naked,
It's
dude. He's
gonna
like,
be you or the coroner.
yeah, that was like, RA was like, oh, if he's drunk, I have to unlock the bathroom. Like, and yeah, this dude was like butt ass naked
That's
on the
crazy.
floor in the bathroom. And
You
we were
would
just
never
like,
catch my.
I was like, God damn it, dude. Like, this is the most f***ed up thing ever.
Wow.
I just basically had to go to class. The last thing I saw, this dude's naked. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
so-
that's cool.
Max, you can't talk about Fortnite girl, but you can talk about naked, plastered.
Well, no, the Fortnite girl thing is just like, it's a 30-minute conversation that has nothing to do with like the.
Okay, well, no, I just went to I segued.
Yeah, you segued. You did good.
did good.
You did very good.
Yeah.
And with
Alright.
With our dunking on Maxi.
Oh, I gotta go to a Flow Rider concert.
Yeah.
I love that one song.
I love that song for the Flow Rider song. And who could forget
And then there's that one.
in it?
Well, welcome to
My house. Lose control.
I think
Yeah,
it's
baby, lose control.
I don't.
He's
know
got
what you're
Welcome.
talking
600
about.
million streams on every song he's ever made.
I gotta tell you, I think those are all grocery stores.
That's-
Target. It's just Target.
It's
running
just
it on
Target.
repeat.
Yeah.
Do you want to get something to eat? Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to go to the Flow Rider concert. I'm tired. I haven't slept.
Like a million degrees.
Yeah.
Don't go outside.
Don't go outside.
Or if you're British, go outside.
Oh yeah, if you're British. Wait a minute.